Hey, beautiful people, as always, a heartfelt pleasure to sit down with you, take a journey, share time with you, and have your company. So, I got asked a really punchy question. How do you know when spirit are talking to you? How do you know when they are there? I, I love that question. And also, I got asked, when did you first know that you had that ability? Now, let's get our teeth right into these questions. How do you know when spirit are talking to you? Now, quite often, you know, people will say, "Oh, I've never experienced anything like that." I don't believe there is one person that one time or another in their life that hasn't experienced spirit contact. Right? Our loved ones are gravitating and moving around us, and that contact is intentionalized on their part. It is their intention to make contact. How beautiful is that for a start, right? So it is their intention to make contacts, not like we go to them, they come to us, they intentionalize that contact. Okay, that is driven so often by their love for us. Okay, so quite often it just begins to show up with a sense of there's something there, and that quite often is a feeling that turns into conviction and a convicted knowing that you're not alone. And then it's a case of, okay, what is being said? What is being communicated? I'll show you how freaking amazing that is and how freaking powerful that is. A few years back, I had a youngish guy, he was probably in his mid-20s, sit down with me in a consultation, and I felt his grandmother. And I felt this deep sense of compassion just envelope the space around us. It's almost as if she was projecting this deep compassion, this deep tender care. Right, and it was really enveloping is a really powerful word for this. It kind of enveloped and filled the space around us, and I thought to myself, she is driving a tender sense of care. That jumped out at me. I thought that is absolutely being projected, but why? As a dear friend of mine says, it's about asking the questions others don't ask. Right, so I could feel this tenderness that was being driven, projected from her, and then that raised a question in me. Why? Why are you doing that? This is beyond her love for him. It was like a requirement and need within him to have that tenderness and that care. And I thought to myself, why? And then what filled my awareness was an image of a single toothbrush sitting in a cup on a bathroom sink. And as I say that to you, I'm wondering what you're thinking now. What are you thinking right now? As you hear me describe that image of that one single toothbrush sitting in a cup on a bathroom sink, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? What is coming to mind? Okay, and that image filled my awareness and I could see it. And I remember taking a big deep out breath. This was all happening in microseconds, by the way. Big deep out breath. And I thought, I just like had all the wind knocked out of me. And I felt heartbroken. I felt devastated. And I remember looking up at him, feeling his energy, feeling him, and feeling he's heartbroken. This is to do with a relationship, and I think many of you have probably got that already in what I shared. See how clever spirit are. Grandmother projecting all this care, this tenderness, and then projecting this imagery into my mind that was loaded with so much information. All information is information. And I looked at him, could feel that, and I said to him, your grandmother's here and she is absolutely wrapping a lot of tenderness and a lot of care around you. You are feeling fragile. And there was nothing visual at that point as he come into the room, as he sat down. There was nothing there that would have said that. He was actually really measured and contained. And I said, I've got an image within my mind of a cup sitting there on a bathroom sink with one single toothbrush. And as I said that, he burst into tears. What had happened, his girlfriend had left. Several hours later, he come back knowing that she was packing to go. He come back, he walks into the bathroom, and there, sitting there on the sink, was just his toothbrush, where for years they'd been theirs. So that was a real experience that spirit were projecting back for me to be able to absolutely unpack where the healing's required. So as I often say, what drives contact is their love for us, and what drives the heart of that is to add value to our years. And it is holistic by nature. And his grandmother said to him, you know, what you need to do is you need to take some time here. You need to reflect. You need to give it a couple of weeks, and you need to write her a letter. And you need to be slow, steady and patient. And things potentially can turn a corner. And they did. They straightened it out. They come back stronger because he was really heartfelt and really open and really kind of engaged in what was required and where the healing was needed. And they went on to get married. A beautiful outcome. Really powerful experiences that I'm humbled by. So when people ask, you know, how do you know that spirit are talking to you, it's understanding that the language of spirit is pure feeling. So I'm going to leave that with you, and what in a way has kind of fueled that is having that sense of self. And you know, in the coming weeks I share some more around that, around my experience when I went up into those mountains many years ago. But the thing is, with spirit contact, what it does, it alchemizes their scars and turns them into stars. As always, sending you all so much love.